Drills Talk, episode 47. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 5 ways to enable abundance in life. This is based off of a blog I wrote entitled, So, You Want to Be Rich? Yes, 95 to 100% of us want to be rich. That is an aspiration. But how do you get there? If you do get there, how do you stay there? That's the secret. That's what not many of us know. And that's what really gets us frustrated. And we're kind of looking around and no one's giving real answers and stuff that they can actually use. They want you to buy whatever product they're selling. They want you to buy their ebook. They want you to buy this, buy that. And you're going backwards. You're trying to make money, not spend money. Well, this video is free. And I'm giving you exactly what you need to know to mold yourself and gear yourself up to not only get there, but stay there. Drills Talk, episode 47. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 5 ways to enable abundance in life. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, share, comment if you would like to comment, show your love however you would like to show your love. I appreciate it. I love the fact that more people are watching, and I'm loving the fact that you're watching now. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Every Monday, new blog. Every Wednesday, new Drills Talk, new blog. Every Friday, a new beat produced by me. It is a great channel to follow. I appreciate your watch, and I appreciate that hitting of the subscribe button even more. Let's go. Number one. Number one is to control money. So, how do I control money? What is controlling money? So controlling money, for example, would be banks. Banks actually get you to go work and give them the money you receive for working and giving your basically life for money. And then you give them your money and they charge you for holding it if you don't give them enough to hold. They charge you for withdrawing it if you don't withdraw it from them in their specific, withdrawal stations and all that. It gets you $5, $10, per withdrawal if you take it from another bank. They also are making interest on your money from investing with your money. Like, hold up. How much am I getting from that? Very little, less than 1%, less than 1/10 of 1% in most banks. And they're clocking, maybe 6, 7, 8 to 10% of these hedge funds that they're just gathering all the money that people are giving them and making interest on it and then giving you like little shavings of it. And it's perfectly legal. And they do it over and over again. And these are the people you're going to and making sure your credit's right and everything, all this other stuff is together so you can be your best you so they can write you a check with other people's money that they're making interest off of. So how can you do it, right? Basically, what you would do, you would start a savings up and you will have to actually, come up with what exactly you're wanting to invest or what you're going to allow investors to use your money for. So the easiest way to do it would be to make your money available for real estate rehabs and real estate investing, fix and flips, things like that. What you can do, no matter how small the amount, but of course, the more amount you have to lend, the more you can make on the back end. So what I would suggest is you try to get at least 15 to 20K. If you can't get that high, you want to start immediately and you got 5,000, start with 5,000. There's rehabbers and, fix and flip people, they need all the funds that they can get. So let's just say you have the ideal $20,000 to $25,000, let's say. All right. And you're going to charge 10% interest for that 25K. And you want the money back within 6 months, all right? Those is excellent terms, but the people who are going to borrow this money from you, they don't actually, qualify per se for like the big banks. They're going to you for a reason, which is why you can charge 10% interest because there is a risk involved. So knowing that, understanding that, okay, well, I'm going to check and make sure this person has a good track record and they actually, rehab theirs and sell their stuff and pay the money that they owe. Fine. That's clear. Give them the money. And every time you lend this $25,000, you're getting $2,500 back along with the $25,000 you've loaned. And you can just add that and just keep on rolling. Eventually that 25,000 will be 250,000, and then it'll be 2.5 million, and then you'll be making 10% on 2.5 million every time you loan out, your hub of money, your savings of money. That's how you control money. There is another way, and this is a more common way. So let's go to number two. Number two is to generate money. And I understand that you're saying, okay, well, generate money, I have a job. No. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about generating just from being you, not from your man hours, just from you. So let's think entertainers. Let's say an entertainer, right, is a great artist, whatever they do. They can rap, sing, dance, whatever. Let's say they're good at that, right? But they're very popular. And because they're very popular, they're getting paid and generating income for not only themselves, but whoever's involved with them. So when they do a show, the promoter makes money, right? The promoter makes money. The barista makes money. The security guy at the door makes money. The people at the parking lot makes money. Everybody's making money, and this is all generated off of the popularity of this one person. They're generating money. So how can you generate money? Say you don't rap. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not funny. I don't tell jokes. None of that stuff. How can I generate money? Well, you can generate money by finding a need, finding a hole, and filling it. Or finding a hole filled already, but you can fill it even better. You can improve on someone else's creation. And those people get thanked handsomely. Just think about people who, had the gall to sit down in the 1980s and say, you know what? I want people to walk around with the phones on them. That's what people really need. Like these pay phones, they're dirty. They're, not always working. They're only in big cities. What about people everywhere? Everybody should have a phone on them. They're filling a need. And those people who sat down in those meetings and had actual ownership to the creation of these phones and all the money that was going to come in because of it, they're sitting pretty right now because they get thanked continuously for filling that hole. It doesn't matter what the hole is. That's your job to figure out. But once you figure that out, it's your job to let everybody know you did, and then the money will just fall in. That's how you generate income. That's how you get rich and stay rich. That's how people can create these crazy things that you see on TV. That's like, let's say way back in the day, I was like a baby, but like the Thigh Master, which, works nothing out, but it was a craze. And the person who created that is a multimillionaire today. Think of Chia Pets and things like that. You're like, how was that need filled? Well, people wanted to feel that they had a pet without having a pet, right? So, you just water this thing and it grows. Okay, that's cool. There was a such thing as a pet rock also. They sold that in stores and people bought that too. You have to think outside the box. You have to think about what these people need and fill it. It can be comfort. It can be ease of use. It can be, escape. It can be anything, but it's your job to sit down and think, okay, well, yeah, I want to be rich. All right, well, if you want to be rich, it's your job to give yourself at least an hour a day to sit and think about all the voids that are still in life, because there's always voids. Or improvements on what's already out there. You will get thanked handsomely. You'll be generating money, and then you will become popular. You don't have to be a entertainer. You're just popular now because you're the person who created such and such. And you can parlay that into TV shows. You can write books. You can, go and speaking engagements. There's no limit once you get out there to generate more and more income. Don't be afraid. Number three is to embrace entrepreneurship. That is the way. You have to be your own boss. You have to pay yourself. And I'm not saying you can't have a regular 9-to-5 job. I'm not saying you shouldn't go into the corporate world. That's your choice. But you should have some sort of thing on the side or something that exists that is solely because of you and no one can take it from you. You have to have something that as a fallback. So you know what? Okay, this job is great. But if this job tells me that they no longer need my services, I still have a way to feed myself and my family, or feed myself and even be in position to create a family. You have to give yourself that knowledge, or that knowledge of the discomfort it is when you realize that everything's on you. It's very uncomfortable. But once you find comfort in that discomfort, there's nothing that this world can throw at you that you're not going to be able to get through. And I'm talking from experience. I had a cushy job and I was sick of it. And I decided to just, I'm going to fly. I'm going to fly or I'm not going to fly, but I'm jumping right now. And it was a learning experience. It took a while, but eventually I started flying. I never hit the ground. And you can do it too. Just embrace it. You have to be okay with it all being on you. You have to understand that it's very hard to get rich if you're dependent on someone else to give you money for each hour you spend at their location or their office. You got to think of how many hours it will take to actually get rich doing that. A lot. And you don't have that many. So think of other ways. Embrace entrepreneurship. You don't have to have a full-fledged business, but you have to have a way of, making money. And when you get really good at it, then you start the business. You don't have to be full-fledged right now. It doesn't have to be, completely 100%. This is my corporation. You don't have to do that, but definitely be comfortable being uncomfortable. Definitely get comfortable with depending on you and only you. You have enough within you to create whatever it is you need to get where you want to get to. And it's very hard to get that understanding when you're under someone else's thumb, when, your entire livelihood depends on that person walking over your shoulder and not firing you that day. That's not a rich person's life. Number 4. Number 4 is read. Read. Open a book. Browse a scholarly article. Read something more than a meme. Like, really? Come on. When is the last time you've actually sat down and read something? Read something. Learn something. A meme is cool. It's a quick pick-me-up. Oh, yeah, such and such said blah, 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 which is probably not even something that they actually said. But, yeah, I saw a meme with Elon Musk on it. I saw a meme Gary Vee said blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Those are memes. Those are little quick hitters. That's not going to get you to where they are. That's not going to get you to where you want to be. That's little quick pick-me-ups. That's cool, but read a book. That's where the real good stuff is. That's where the real secrets are. That's where people have the opportunity to sit down and slowly explain and discuss exactly what they're trying to get across. Videos are cool. Like, I can tell you a lot in this 10 to 15, 20 minutes max. I can tell you a lot. But if I was to write a book about it, how much more insight would you have? It's just so much more you can say. And then on top of that, in me being able to explain in detail, you are sitting and you're interpreting it the way you can interpret it, and only you can interpret it. So you're understanding on an entirely different level. You're reading to yourself. You're digesting this information in an entirely different way that you would digest this video. This video is cool. This video, you can take notes. You can watch it again. That's straight. But it's a 10, 20-minute video. That book is going to take you, a good book will take you at least a couple of hours to read, maybe more, maybe a couple of days if you're not a reader and you're not going to sit in one shot or two shots and finish a book. But the abundance of information in there, the incredible detail in a book that's going to tell you exactly how and why and and when and what the scenario was and how did this person react and all this other stuff that they can explain that I may just gloss over and it's just on to the next sentence, but it can have its own chapter in a book. You have to embrace reading. And I understand that there's some people, hey, every time I start reading, I get tired. I get it. That was me before. And you have to break that. Start reading things that are more interesting to you. You can learn and be entertained, and then once you start learning and you say, okay, well, I can be a little bored, because really the real boring stuff, that's where the detail is. The boring books that are just strictly just teaching you. It feels like a lecture. It feels like you're back in school. But those are the ones that you're getting the most out of. Those are the ones that's going to have you watching Jeopardy and just answering questions and, feeling like a genius because you actually cracked open a book and everybody else is reading memes. Number 5. Number 5 is to budget. This is a huge deal. Yes, you're trying to be rich and you think, okay, when I'm rich, I don't have to budget. When I'm rich, you don't have to worry about this. No, you always worry about it. This is how you get and stay rich, by budgeting. It don't matter if $1 billion is coming in. You don't know if that $1 billion is going to keep coming in. And even if it is, most of that billion should be invested to make sure that next billion that come in has another one coming with it. That's the way you get and stay rich. You're not just doing this for you. You're doing this for your lineage. You're doing this for your family. You're doing this for great grandkids. And you have to have that understanding and have that insight. Like, look, I'm not just doing this for 20 years of money. 20 years of money is cool. That'll take care of me, but I need 200 years of money. And I need to know how to make sure that 200 years can go another 200. And I want to make sure that I have the information and the books and the insight to tell my family how to create another 200 years of money. To where we don't even remember the last time our family had to worry about funds. That's what you're gunning for. That's rich. That's wealth. That's abundance. Not, I hit the lottery, because you hit the lottery and you don't budget, that money's going to be gone. You make it, as a big entertainer and you don't budget, that money's going to be gone. You're a superior athlete and you're getting paid millions of dollars in your 20s. But then once you hit your 30s and you're no longer playing, that money is gone. Now you're 40 and you're back to financially where you were when you were 18 and 19 in college. This can't happen, and this doesn't need to happen. Understand what it takes to get money. Understand what it takes to keep money. Controlled money, interest. Generating money, you can make money in your sleep. You're using your likeness. You're using your brain. You're using your creative side. You're not trading hours for money. That is not the way to get rich. We don't have enough hours in our lifetime to get rich from working per hour. You got to understand that. I hope you understand that. There's two ways to make it. Control the money or generate the money. Be an entrepreneur. Embrace putting it on you. Embrace you being the person or the reason as to why such and such is going to happen in your life, and not based on somebody deciding whether or not you're going to get a raise or you're going to get a promotion this quarter. Read books, read insight in meticulous explanations of people who've done exactly what it is you're trying to do, and have them explain it to you in chapters, not in short videos. Short videos is cool, and I'm glad you're watching, but there's other ways to learn more, deeper, and you have to embrace it. Everyone wants exactly what you want. Who doesn't want to be rich? Who doesn't want abundance? Everyone wants it. So how are you going to get it if everyone wants it? You have to know more. You have to do more. You have to take more risk. You have to have way more confidence. You have to understand, what you're bringing in and what you're feeding yourself. How much are you learning? Are you learning something each day? Because if you're not, rich is not going to happen. And if it does, it's not going to stay. Drills Talk, episode 47. This is the top 5 ways to enable abundance in life. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this shit out. It's Drills.